Welcome back. It is the Vegas Take, Sharp and Shapiro. By the way, coming up here in just a few minutes, we'll be speaking with UNLV play-by-play very own John Sandler, talking about how we can help Robert Smith, former UNLV Rebel legend who has suffered a severe stroke. So we'll be talking about that coming up here in just a few minutes, how you can get involved to help the family and hopefully help get him through this horrible situation. Speaking of horrible situations, listen, I'm not a very religious person. I'm very open about that. Doesn't mean I'm an atheist. I do believe that there is a God out there. But I never like to tell other people what they should or should not believe in, so long as it doesn't affect others. This is one of those situations where it affects others. So Joe Biden walks into this Catholic church in South Carolina. No, that's not the start of a joke. Hey, Joe Biden walks into a church. No, it's not a joke. This is actually a sad joke. He was denied communion. That's right. He walked into this church, and the reason for that is because of his stance on abortion. Robert Morey is the pastor for St. Anthony Catholic Church in Florence. He told the Florence Morning News that he had denied Biden communion because, quote, any public figure who advocates for abortion places himself or herself outside of church teaching. Excuse me, but I'm not a very religious person, but isn't church teaching accepting all people? Aren't you supposed to accept all people? I mean, to me, this is absolutely disgusting. It doesn't mean we always have to agree with each other on the abortion issue. And by the way, again, I would make the same argument to Robert Morey, Father Robert Morey. I would love to talk to you. I talk to all these people about abortion. Why do you want your opinion to affect others? If you do not believe in abortion and you don't want your family to have abortions, fine. That's your right. I would never take that right away from you. Why do you want to push your beliefs on others? I don't understand that. Why do we try to make others' lives more difficult because we want everyone to believe in the same thing that we believe in? Listen, I'm glad that people don't agree with me on everything. First of all, it makes the show a lot more enjoyable, number one. And number two, the world would be a very boring place to live. Joe Biden, who is running for president, a former vice president, walks into your church and you're not going to give him communion and you're going to make a political statement. Is that what Jesus would want? I'm just, JD, I'm not a religious person. Is that what Jesus would want? And we'll take some phone calls on this. I think it is completely and utterly ridiculous.
I can't tell you what would Jesus do, but I can tell you what would JD do.
What would you do?
And JD wouldn't do what they did. I can, but I mean, no, but to a degree, isn't religion kind of control through organization? It has been that way for a long, long time.
But let me ask you this. Doesn't the Catholic churches have enough problems with all the molesting of the priests molesting kids and all that stuff?
The billions and billions of dollars in payouts that keep coming out.
Yeah, but
not just nationally, but also internationally.
But Father Robert Morey cares about Joe Biden not getting communion. That's what he cares about. What do you guys think about this? Do you think it's okay?
Very petty.
Do you think it's okay for a church to deny somebody communion, in this case Joe Biden, because he is pro-choice? I am pro-choice also. I'll tell you right now, I'm not a religious person. I probably wouldn't walk into a church, but if I did and somebody denied me communion, I'd never go back to that church, that's for sure. The number to call if you want to be a part of this conversation, 257-5396. Again, 702-257-5396. Do you think, are you okay with this Catholic church denying Joe Biden communion because of his stance on abortion? And by the way, speaking of abortion, I have attacked many of those politicians in Alabama that tried to put into law to criminalize women for having abortions in that state. And then if women in Alabama want to leave the state to get an abortion, they could face up to 10 years in jail. Okay? Utterly ridiculous, forcing a 12-year-old girl that is raped to have a baby. What kind of disgusting person are you to believe that? And there are many people in Alabama, sadly, many of the politicians, white, middle-aged politicians, that want to make decisions for women when it comes to abortion. Well, thank God the federal courts have blocked an Alabama law that would have criminalized most abortions. A federal judge this week blocking that law that would make abortion a felony in nearly all situations, which is insane, regardless of the stage of pregnancy. You could have an abortion at the 2-month stage or the 1-month stage, and it could be a felony. The court has ruled against it, thank God. The federal courts have blocked it for some of these stupid people in Alabama that tried to put these into law. Even some of the most extreme right people that I've talked to, including Danny Tarkanian, who comes on this show all the time, did not agree with this law. And he is pro-life more than anybody that I've ever spoken to, and even he disagreed with this. So thank God some logical judges in the federal court system are not allowing these dummies for putting this law into effect in Alabama. How outrageous is this? You're a young girl, you're a young teenage girl, I don't care, I mean, maybe you're 15, maybe you're 17 or 20, you make a mistake, you want to have an abortion, and you get the abortion, and now all of a sudden you could be spending up to 10 years in jail, and you have it on your record for the rest of your life. How could anybody support that kind of law when a young girl is raped and her family agrees with her, and they all come together and say, look, we don't want to have this child. We want an abortion, a legal abortion. And then middle-aged white politicians say, no, 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 no. Not only are we going to force you to have that baby, but if you decide not to have that baby, we're going to put you in jail. What kind of disgusting human being believes in that? It's one thing if you're pro-life, but to believe in these type of laws in Alabama and to think it's okay for Joe Biden to walk into a church, a Catholic church in South Carolina, and the father, Robert Morey, not giving him communion because of his stance on abortion is disgusting. Isn't that what religion shouldn't be about? Isn't religion is about being caring for others, treating others as equals? I thought that's what religion is all about.
To an extent, it's inclusion, but inclusion with like-minded individuals.
Well,
and it's been that way for a long time. For example, Mike, and we talk about this on a consistent basis, but Mike Pence's wife, he's very religious, and so is she, obviously. But they're kind of
religiously stupid. That's what they're.
Fair enough, but they're more aggressive Christians. But she works at a school where homosexuals are not allowed to go to school there
or work there.
Work there.
Yeah, Mike Pence is religious,
and that's a prime example of actually excluding someone who's trying to be a part of your organization.
Mike Pence and his wife
of business.
They're religiously stupid. That's what I would call them. The number to call if you want to be a part of the program, 257-5396. Again, that number, 702-257-5396. What do you think about this new federal court ruling that's blocking this Alabama law that could criminalize most abortions? And what do you think about Joe Biden, our former vice president, now running for president, denied communion at a Catholic church because of his stance on abortion? Again, that number to call is 257-5396. Let's start off with Marge. Marge, what do you think about all this?
I was going to address the Joe Biden issue. This has always been a controversial issue in the Catholic faith, and if you're going to deny communion because of his stance, then what about all the people that are practicing birth control, taking pills and everything else, which the church also frowns on?
Mm-hmm.
But they don't get denied either,
Yeah.
I think Biden just hit upon someone who was very narrow-minded, very strict, because all the other ones, I assume he's been going to church all along. We haven't heard this from any other church or priest or anything like that either,
Mm-hmm. What would you say to Father Robert Morey, who decided to make this decision to not to deny communion to Joe Biden? I mean, if you were in a room with him, what would you say to him?
The church is not supposed to, or any church is not supposed to mix religion with politics. It's supposed to be kept separate.
Yeah.
And, they're not supposed to speak out. They're not supposed to tell you what their thoughts are, publicly. I mean, privately, that's a different situation.
Sure.
But the stance has always been, you don't speak. And this, from what I understand, I mean, this is all religions from what I understand. I mean, you just don't mix the two, period.
Yeah, I agree.
So,
Marge, yeah.
You really crossed the line.
I agree, Marge. You're absolutely right. By the way, I appreciate the call, Marge. Good to hear from you. Again, that number to call if you want to be a part of this conversation, 257-5396, 702-257-5396. Not only denying communion to Joe Biden, which I think is utterly and completely ridiculous, but some of these laws that were trying to be passed in Alabama to basically give a woman a felony if she has an abortion. It could be at the 1 month stage or the 3 month stage, whatever. I am not for late-term abortion. I never have been. And for women out there that use abortion as birth control, that's disgusting. But we all make mistakes in life, and I am certainly not going to tell a woman what she should or shouldn't do with her body. 257-5396 is the number to call. Let's go to John. John, you're next on the Vegas Take. What do you think about all this?
What's up, John?
Hey, how you doing?
Good.
Doing great.
Hey, I think you got a great show. Just real quick, I think the priest is fine. He's following the religion the way it ought to be followed. But I think Biden, the guy ought to be excommunicated on a number of issues: stupidity, corruption, the list goes on and on. Thanks
Well,
for
listen,
the
I
call.
understand, John. Hold on, John. I understand if
Yeah.
you don't like Joe Biden. I don't like Joe Biden either. I'll be honest with you. I'm not going to vote for him. But
Okay.
in this situation, I'm going to stand by him, and the reason why I am is because it's the separation between church and state. You can disagree with someone's religion. You can disagree with someone's, opinion on any given issue. But to deny them communion to me is the opposite of what religion should be. They should be accepting. You can disagree with someone. And Joe Biden, it's not like he walked into the church and he wore a shirt that said execute babies. It's not, that would be different. That's why I take Biden's side on this one. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I hear you, but in a situation like this, I think the priests know best, and if they're not going to give them communion, I think they're doing the right thing.
All right, fair enough, John. I respect your opinion.
Yeah, thanks for the call, John.
257-5396, the number to call. Let's go to Wade. Wade, you're next on the Vegas Take. What do you think about all this?
Yeah, I think, people here in Las Vegas know all about tourism, right? They should promote New York as the abortion capital of the world and, promote it as such.
What do you mean the abortion capital of the world? The laws are very similar here as they are
The
there.
governor of New York legalized abortion with a state rule.
Wade, if you are a woman in Las Vegas, the law applies to you in Las Vegas as it does in New York. New York is not the capital of abortion. In fact, all 50 states, it is allowed to have an abortion. So what the hell are you talking about?
Well, you could go to the state of Virginia where the governor wants to have legal abortions for full-term babies that are actually born.
Okay, but we're not talking about that. We're talking about
are you
a
talking
regular legal abortion. New York is not the capital of abortion. You could have an
Well-
abortion in Las Vegas. So again, I ask you twice now,
You're
what the hell are you talking about?
Alabama, that's not Las Vegas either.
Yeah, that's right, but you just made a comment. You just called New York the capital of abortion. That's not true. I would call Alabama the capital of stupidity, and I can give you reasons for that. Would you like them, Wade? Would you like to move to Alabama because you sound like you belong there?
Well, every person in every state.
Wade, are you from Alabama? Be honest. Were you
Okay.
born in Alabama?
I'm
What you can
almost certain
do-
he's not from
What
Alabama.
you can do is you can have certain states
You're killing me, Wade.
where it's legal.
You're killing me, Wade.
It's legal in New York.
And it's legal in Las
Illinois.
Vegas.
Every state is sovereign.
It's legal in California, and they can give you a bus pass
And it's
to go to a state
a bus
for
pass.
free and get an abortion.
Okay, Wade, I
If
understand.
It's illegal in Alabama.
Okay, yeah, I
they'll
understand,
give you a
Wade.
free bus pass to go to Virginia, and you can get a free legal abortion.
I understand, Wade. I appreciate that.
Nothing
And I
wrong
would
with
I
that.
would like to give you a pass to go to Stupidville because I think that's where you belong and that's where you should live.
Hey, good call, Wade.
257-5396, the number to call. Let's go to Carmela. Carmela, you're next on the Vegas Take. Go ahead.
Hello,
Good
Carmelo
morning.
Soprano.
I just feel that priest made a choice which doesn't agree with everybody, and I feel that we shouldn't judge the religion or that priest by his decision, because when people are going to the death sentence in jail, they're allowed to receive communion.
Yes, they are. You're right.
So I feel that priest, his decision is going to make people think wrongly of the
Carmela,
religion.
Carmela, because I'm up against a break here, but you just kind of made my point for me. You just said it for me. If you are on death row, you are allowed to get communion.
Correct.
Why is it that Joe Biden isn't allowed to get communion, who's never broken the law, as far as I know?
That's the priest's individual idea or choice. It's not the church's choice. Evidently,
You don't think it was
he did-
political, Carmela? You don't think it has something to do with politics?
Everything today has to do with politics.
And well, you said it, and I appreciate the call, Carmela, but you just made my point for me. You said that if you're behind bars in jail, you can get communion, but Joe Biden can't. This was because of politics. Politics should have no say in religion, period. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we'll be joined by John Sandler, UNLV basketball. Take a quick break. Be back after this.